In this short little video, we are going to look at how you might structure a revision session. Okay, so I'm going to fly through it quickly, but obviously you'll take a lot more time to do it at home when you're doing your revision. So the first thing you need to decide is what you're going to study. So today I've chosen geography, and the topic that I've chosen is types of rocks. But before I even look at my notes or even look at my textbook, I'm going to think about what I actually remember about this topic first. Okay, and this is called recall or retrieval practice. So I'm going to set my timer, and I might do a minute, or I might do 2 minutes, or a little bit longer, however you think you need. And as quick as I can, I'm going to recall everything I can remember about types of rocks. So I remember that there are 3 types of rocks actually. And I know one of them is sedimentary, one of them is igneous, and I can't quite remember the third one just yet, but it might come to me in a few minutes. Okay, and what I remember about sedimentary, I know it's got to do with pieces of rock and gravel and sand. Pieces of rock, gravel been deposited. And what else can I remember about it? Oh, I know it's got to do with layers. And an example is limestone. And what else can I think about? For the moment, nothing. And igneous, I know they're got to do with heat, so I think it's something linked to magma, and actually hot magma, and the hot magma cools. And I'm just talking you through my think process. And an example might be quartzite, I think. And I still can't remember the third type. Okay, so once you've done that then, the next thing you need to do is compare what you've remembered to your notes. So take out your geography textbook or your geography copybook where you've made all your notes from class and see what you can remember or what you forgot. So what did I get? I got igneous and I got sedimentary, but that's the one I forgot, metamorphic. So what you can do then is, in another colour pen, is add the bits that you've forgotten onto your recall document. Okay, so the one I forgot in another colour pen was metamorphic. And I can start to add in loads of different information that I forgot. Okay, and this has got to do with rocks that are changed. Okay, and carry on doing that for a few minutes, filling in loads and loads of bits that you forgot. And you might end up then with something that looks like this. So the bits in black are the bits that I remembered, and the bits in orange are the bits that I forgot. So I can see I'm not very strong on this topic, and maybe I looked at it 6 or 7 weeks ago and can't remember a lot of it. So now in my study session, my revision session, I have to decide on a few different activities that can get this information back into my memory. So I'm going to decide that I'm going to make up a mind map, or I might choose to do maybe a few flashcards. And that's the next part of my revision session. So some people will prefer flashcards, some people will prefer diagrams, graphic organizers. You need to figure out what works best for you. So I'm going to do a flashcard just to show you how I might put one together. And on the one side I'm going to write types of rock. On the next side I'm going to think about my 3 types of rock, and I'm going to use an acronym. So I'm going to use the acronym SIM, S-I-M, to try and remember my 3 types of rock. So S is for sedimentary, I is for igneous, and M is for metamorphic. And then using my notes or my textbook, I'm going to write some of the most important information. So I need to know what the rock is, how it's formed, and different examples of that rock. Okay, so for sedimentary, then using my notes, I'm just going to write down as tiny pieces of rock, sand, gravel, deposited over time by rivers and seas, and some examples are limestone and sandstone. And then you can carry on and do your igneous and your metamorphic. And then when it comes to testing yourself, all you have to do is look at your flashcard, think about what you can remember, turn it over, or you might do the cover and check. Okay, so you might have sedimentary, you might test yourself by covering it, and checking to see what you can remember. An alternative that you could do is make up a mind map. And I'm not going to go through making up a whole mind map, but I might do something that looks a little bit like this. So I'm going to start off with my rocks. I'm going to break it up into 3 sections, and I'm going to make up nice little boxes that explain what rocks are, the 3 different types, and examples of each of them. I might stick this up beside my bed for the next night until I get all this into my head. So at this point in my study session, I feel confident that I know rocks, and now it's time to test myself. So I might do an exam question, a past paper question. I might do a little quiz, or I might test myself somehow. And if you're on your own and you want to test yourself, you can do the cover and check. You might go away from it for 5 or 10 minutes and then come back and do it. And that's a really quick run through of what a revision session might look like. You can structure it in a similar way, but you can change the techniques and use different ones. But a lot of it will be trial and error. You need to see what works for you.